Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my daily Q&A video for today for The Walking Dead Season 7, leading up to the mid-season finale. In this one, we're going to start with giving our thoughts on the ratings slightly being up for Episode 7. Okay, and I'll put the link in the description for you guys to the Walking Dead Wikipedia page, so you can go ahead and check it out for yourselves, so you can see the official U.S. millions ratings for each episode of Season 7. So I wanted to update for you guys, as I said I was going to, and of course they were released Wednesday, Thursday-ish for The Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 7, Sing Me a Song. So it was slightly up, but only very slightly. It was still lower than Episodes 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It was only at 10.48 million, but that is going in the right direction from 10.4 million viewers that they saw for Swear. Now, it made sense to me that after you have kind of an episode like Swear, which is a good episode, but definitely not something that I think would really drive, a lot of views upward, I think the promos for Episode 7 did help. I think that the promo after Episode 6 and kind of the commercials that they were releasing and everything, the sneak peeks and that, were really good for Episode 7, and so it got a bit of a boost, but I'm expecting the mid-season finale, Episode 8, to be quite a bit higher, probably at least 12, 13 million, maybe 14, because Episode 7 was hilarious. So you would think that people would be talking about Episode 7, and that would help to keep it going in the right direction and get people talking about the show again and bring it up for the mid-season finale. Kind of crazy that we're at the mid-season finale point already. It went by really fast, as it usually does, but Episode 7 is a lot of fun. It's a different season. We get to see Negan, we get to spend some time with the Saviors and that, get to see a lot of new locations this season, so there's some really good to go with what some people would consider bad for this first half. Hopefully it continues. Hopefully it goes in the right direction and we see it pick up some more steam. I'm sure it will. I don't think I'll be surprised if next half we get below 10 million views for The Walking Dead. Granted, that's still a lot compared to most TV series, but for The Walking Dead, it's a pretty big series now. It's one of the biggest on television still, so I'd expect for it to do really, really well. So you guys can write your comments below. Let me know what you think about the popularity of Walking Dead. I feel like Episode 7 got it back on track. Like, it got it going in the right direction again, and we'll see what happens with Episode 8. Now we'll go through a few of you guys' other questions. Visual OS says, do you think Dwight pissed himself like Mark did when he got the iron? I would think so. I would think so, because that's just something so scary and so brutal that I think that's a normal type of reaction for people. And I also like how he made Daryl wipe it up. That's pretty awesome. Daryl's gonna be the one to clean it up, so it's pretty funny. Negan's cold, but he's cold sometimes, but he's funny and charismatic about being cold to certain people. Justin A said, Q&A, was Trev Chan 1 taken? No, well, yeah, actually it was. The UFC took it down, bro. I got in a fight and I lost, man. The UFC took it down, dude. So Trev Chan 2 is what we're going forward with. It's what it is, right? If at first you don't succeed, try again, even if it's 5 or 6 channels, a few websites, and whatever the hell else you got to do to make it happen. And that's what it was. Number 2 worked. Didn't work, then it did work. Anyway, long story. Yes, Trev Chan 1 was actually taken down by the UFC, so to speak. Or at least suspended for a long time. Marilyn S says, Q&A, I remember you always said the governor was your favorite villain. Do you still feel that way now, or is Negan your favorite? Thanks again. Oh, Negan is absolutely my favorite villain now. But you're right, I did say, years ago that the governor was my favorite villain. So that is very true. I've really been surprised at what Kirkman has been able to do with Negan, and now in the TV series version with JDM as Negan, they're just killing it. And even in the comic book series, like with the recent stuff with Negan the last couple of years, it's just gotten even better, and everything that he's written is just it's so funny and so interesting to read, so entertaining is what I would say from Negan. So the governor was an incredible villain, very scary, very dark, but Negan has just a lot of charisma. He's really funny, and he just has a lot of different aspects to him. He can be really scary, just like the governor too, but he's got so much else going on as well. It's just it's crazy, and to finally see it fleshed out in the TV series version, they're doing a great job at showing all the different layers to Negan and how dynamic he can be. One minute he can be bouncing a baby off of his knee, the next minute he can be talking about burying you out in the front yard. You know? It's like that. And it fits within character, and it makes sense. So he's an awesome character, man. And I love what they're doing with him right now in both the TV series and comics, both of them. Which is sweet. It's really fun to see. Trippy, Shanay, Sansome says, Q&A Trev, when do you think Maggie will give birth to her baby? So, yeah, man, because we haven't had that much time pass. So she was sick, she wasn't feeling good, and, you know, she's still got a ways to go. I wouldn't be surprised if she was pregnant for maybe all of this next half, maybe all of next season, and then possibly like season 9 she has the baby, or late season 8. I know that sounds weird to people. It'd be like, well, what is she going to be pregnant for like 3 years in real time? Well, the thing is, this Walking Dead time, unless we get some time skips with All Out War, I think we might not, because you've got all these things building in a new story. It might be a little while till we get a time skip again. We'll have to see how that goes. But with Negan, the Savior's Kingdom, and all this different stuff happening at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like season 9 once Maggie finally has the baby. It would not surprise me at all. Hiram B says, Q&A Trev, what are your thoughts about all this girl power this half season? What girl power? I don't know, man. Like Powerpuff Girls or something? I don't know. I used to like Powerpuff Girls. That was a fun cartoon when I was in high school. I don't think that's on. Yeah, that's not on anymore. It was funny though. But girl power. So, well, Rick's group has a lot of really, really strong women in it. They do. I mean, they have Michonne. She's about as strong as you're going to get, right? I mean, even versus the governor, she owns the governor one-on-one. She's super tough. I mean, she's killed like countless people, and she fought Merle and lived to tell about it and got away. I mean, she's done a lot of stuff. And then you have Maggie, who's pretty badass now as well too. Sasha's a super badass. So they've got a lot of badass women. Rosita's getting pretty badass now too. So they have a lot. Plus, we just lost 2 of the dudes, right? So it offsets it. It's like, okay, we probably had, more badass guys before getting more time, but now they're gone. So you got to put someone else there. And it looks like Tara, Sasha, Maggie, Michonne, they're the ones that are stepping it up, man. And they're super tough for girls, for sure. Absolutely. They're tough for anybody, really. So toughest, I think, Michonne have to be the toughest. I think Michonne's probably the toughest still. Yeah, I'd say Michonne is. But I guess you're right. There has been a lot of girl power this season, I suppose you could say, especially with the Tara episode with all the women and stuff. So I guess that makes sense. Dun says, that's his name. Hey, Trev, I always comment, but you never answer my questions. Maybe it's because of your name, man. I just read that and I'm like, okay, I'm done for the day. I'm going to go do something else. Bad joke. Anyway, I'll appreciate if you'd answer. My question is, do you think they are trying to make the TV show Carl tamer than the comic version? The TV show Terrell seems pathetic in comparison to the comic Carl. He doesn't kill as many men as in the comic Carl. What do you think? Yeah, I think you're right. I think they're making him look more kind of like normalized. He's not as crazy. Maybe they're worried a little bit about the acting. Maybe the acting is the reason why they kind of play it a little bit more realistic and they don't go as crazy with Carl. So we'll see, but I've still enjoyed it a lot too. There were some people getting tired of people complaining about Carl, so I'm not going to be complaining about Chandler Riggs' acting. I don't think he does a bad job. I think he does fine. He does okay. So, that's fine. It's just that they've gone a different direction. But the last episode was awesome for Carl fans for sure, to get to see some iconic parts with Negan there at the Sanctuary. Pretty awesome. Big Boss Gaming says, can we get a live viewing reaction for the mid-season finale? I'll consider it. I don't know if I'll do it for sure, because it's like, I don't know how big it's going to be. It's not like the season premiere. It's got some hype, but it's not hype like this premiere. This season premiere, the hype was in outer space. I mean, it was just insane, the hype for the season premiere. I don't do reactions every week. I don't do react to this, react to that, react to whatever. I'm not really a reaction channel. Sometimes I'll do it because you guys asked for it, but that's really the only reason why I would do it. So I'll consider it. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do a reaction, like I'll film I'll film and I'll just post the parts where big things happen, you know, and I won't do the whole episode or something. I'll just do like a 5-minute thing where I just react to whoever gets killed, because I'm assuming someone's going to get killed in the mid-season finale. So maybe I will. I'll let you guys know if I'm going to this weekend. We'll see. I don't know if it deserves it right now. You guys let me know. Write a comment below. Do you want to see a reaction video, or are you like kind of like, I'm not sure. I don't know if there's enough hype, Trev. Maybe it's not. Maybe it doesn't make sense. Becca Fry says, Q&A, do you think Negan could become a father in the zombie apocalypse? We saw Sherry taking a pregnancy test with a doctor. They made sure to focus on it. Do you think it could be possible, especially him having so many wives? It's a good point, Becca. It probably would make sense that he would get one of them knocked up, unless he forces them to get like an abortion or something, which I wouldn't put beyond Negan, but he seems to like Judith. And so it certainly wouldn't surprise me if he did that. But we have nothing based on the comic book series to go from. That's not to say they couldn't go a different direction, but and make it a little bit more tricky for Negan as a character. But it's not a bad idea. And to be realistic, you might be right. He might get one of them prego. You'd have to think so. Plus, his testosterone levels are pretty high. We can tell that already with him, you know, peacocking around and doing the stuff he's doing. All that shit raises your test, right? So that's what it is. And maybe bashing people's brains in, too. I think he gets a high off of that as well. And then we got Judith DM, who said, Negan looked better with a beard, and I agree with you. And then the last one will be from Dragon Ball Radiant, and he says, is there anything Negan does that you don't laugh at? I felt bad for Carl when he was helpless, and he put his sister in harm's way. Aww. There's almost nothing I don't laugh at that has Negan in. There's almost nothing. I laugh at pretty much everything he does. Crazy bastard. So that's fun. So, he's one of my favorite characters in the show. I like the character a lot. I find him to be very funny. Yes, sometimes his humor is in very bad taste, but I find him to be hilarious. That's just me. I know some people do, some people don't. So it is what it is. That'll be it for today's Q&A, guys. Send me your questions for tomorrow's. And if you like this video, please don't forget, thumb it up below. You can also share. You can favorite. If you're new, you want to subscribe. Subscribe at the bottom left. And check out another video here. Boom. That's it for this video, guys. See you again soon. It's Travis saying peace. Later, guys. See ya. You better subscribe.